Hello everyone, welcome back to Memaw's Crafts and Chaos. I'm Kimberly, and today I want to do this turtle. I got this turtle mold. It comes with the bigger one and the smaller one, and I got all out my random oceany type stuff. Got some whatever these are called. Brain just went blank. It's blank. Anyway, I got some shells here. And what I want to do is I already mixed up my resin. It's 1-to-1. It's Let's Resin epoxy resin. So I've got 6 ounces in here. So 3 ounces of A and 3 ounces of B. I mixed some crushed crystal into it and ran it through my vacuum chamber. I dusted my turtle with these two Let's Resin mica powders or chameleon powders. This is the Intense Chameleon, and this is just the Chameleon, and this is mint, and then this is maple. So I did that in his head and his feet, did the maple just on his toes. I don't know how well I did it, and tried to get it cleaned out of there the best I could. So, got all these little shells and stuff, got some little starfish and that. So what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of resin down in here, and then I want to kind of place the shells that are going to show so they're just not in there every which way. So like, I kind of like that one, like right in the middle there. I don't know how well it'll hold up there, but we're going to see. And there'll probably be some others that'll slip down under it. I'm hoping that that'll work. Maybe I would need some, I don't know. But I kind of wanted to pick out the prettier shells. I found this one. It hasn't even been opened. It's still completely closed, which is crazy. Anyway, like I don't want these ones that are broken, like showing. And then I thought we could put some of these down in there too, to get them where I want them. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to put some of the resin down in here first. And then we'll need some tweezers so that I can kind of dip my shells as we go, so that we can fight as many bubbles as possible. Let's get this over here closer to us so we don't have drippy messes everywhere. And then we'll kind of just set these down in there, and hopefully we won't get bubbles underneath. Like I said, there's going to be, random, and hopefully too, the crushed crystal will hide any bubbles that we get, like little mica bubbles, whatever. Like I got one right there that I can't seem to get pop. So, let's just kind of keep going here and see if we can just kind of put shells in here. We can just kind of, whoops, like the prettiest ones so they show the best and get them facing the right way. And then we'll just fill up the rest with what we have left over. We'll just kind of fill in the back pieces here. So, ooh, that's a pretty one right there. I like the color of that one. Just kind of put them in and let them float to where they'll float. These ones that have like a hole in them, you want to definitely make sure that you get the resin down in the hole. So hopefully there's no bubble coming out of there. But since we're going to try to make them face the right way, hopefully the bubbles will come up this way and not the other way. I don't know. This might be look good, might not. Who knows? Let's open some of these. And we'll stick some of these down in there. This is just some nail art stuff that I got from Temu. Came like in this set of all these different colors. Abalone shell. That's what I've been trying to think. Finally got it. Got them all opened before I started. Well, I cut the seal on them. Come on, open up. Open sesame. And then I love, this is my favorite color, these like tilly green colors. So I want to make sure I have some of these in here. I bought this set when I went on my cruise. I bought this because I had my granddaughter do my nails with abalone shell. They were so pretty. Loved them. They turned out so pretty. Got lots of compliments on them while I was on my cruise. I hope one day I get to go on another cruise. I had so much fun. So we're just going to kind of put some of that down in there. Some of these pretty colors so that it's kind of random colors in here. Try to use some of the bigger pieces. I'm not going to put the abalone shell in the back part because I only want it where it's going to show. This one right here is really cool looking. It's got all these little holes in it. Yeah, maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want something like this that'll have more color instead of the holes. So we're just gonna, I just want to put as many abalone shells as we can down in this way so that they show the most. A bit of everything in here. So we have a little bit of every color maybe. Got some bubbles coming up there. Let's squirt a little bit of alcohol in there, kind of hide those. Get some more shells in here. Trying to find the ones I like the best. That one kind of turned. Trying to keep my head out of there. Sorry if I get it in the way. Then as we need to, we can add more resin. I know that the Intense is better with black behind it, but it's probably all going to have clear behind it because I don't want, we'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. It may or may not work for that, but at least we'll have some color behind the head and feet. It won't look like the shell. So if shells go down in there, it won't matter. So, maybe we'll need to add a little more of this so we can start going up the sides. I don't know how well they'll, stand up once we get up the sides. See, because they're already starting to move out of the way. Oh, we're dripping. Drippy drip. Chill bubbles. Come here, you. We might need to, maybe what we need to do is start filling in with just some smaller ones in there, just so they'll kind of stay. Let's get some of these smaller ones from back here. We'll just kind of put those in there. Probably should have dipped them in some resin first. That's all right. Like I said, it might move around. We might be able to see the ones I put, that I took all the time to put just right where I want them. You never know. Let's put a little more resin in here. Maybe if we tip him just a tad. Let's use this mold right here. We'll tip him up. Maybe that'll keep more of it out of his head. No, maybe not. Doesn't want to stand real well. Maybe that'll keep some of it out of his head. Put some of these smaller ones in. Yeah, this isn't. I don't think my plan's going to work. I think we're just going to be able to fill it up with shells and just go for it. Because it's not, they're not staying put. If I would have like used UV resin, I could have made them. Oh, I didn't want that one in there. That's one of the, that's that cool one that. Yeah, I guess you're staying in there because you're covered in resin now. Let's just add some of that around the sides. Sorry about my phone. That's probably my groomer reminded me that my dog has an appointment here in a minute. Just add some of this abalone shell around the edges just so you'll be able to see it, because it's so pretty. Add some more of this. Goes down in the head. Some more shells in here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Keeps falling off of there. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe what I should do is just go ahead and fill his head full of shells. That'll work. Okay. We're just going to kind of shove him full of shells and some of this abalone. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. I'm trying to get the abalone stuff around the edges so that it'll be more around the edges and not just in the middle where we can see it. What's some color that we haven't really used? Probably just grab that same color right there, but oh, so I throw it all over. I don't care how careful I try to be, I make a mess all the time. Okay. I'm trying to get the smaller shells out of my bucket here. Hopefully we don't have any bubbles in his head. Let's see. Try to be careful not to disrupt my powder that I have in there. I do see some bubbles coming out of there though. Right there, maybe. I believe I just bought these shells at Hobby Lobby. Let's see. And there goes the doggies. Somebody barked outside, so they got to go give their 2 cents worth. Use this thing instead of this. Pick up these little pieces of abalone shell that we have here. And we can kind of push these down. Because I mainly want these shells to show in the shell. Shells in the shell. Getting good and filled up here with shells so that we don't have any, blank spots. So only demolding his shell is completely covered. I'm fine if they sink. That's why I'm trying to put enough in here so if they do sink, we still have some covering the sides of his shell and that. Bubble. Okay, so it didn't go as planned, but we tried. That's all that matters. Just got to try stuff. You don't know, when we unmolded, maybe some of those stayed upright the way I put them. Oh my goodness. Phone. I can go all day long. My phone don't ring. Text message don't go off until you start recording or something else is going on, and then everything starts. So I think what I'll do, let's put a little more of this in. I think what I'll do is I don't know if he necessarily needs to be back coated with something. Trying to get to the smaller shells. Or if we'll just go ahead and, we might want to leave enough because sometimes they'll float up and then you get, I'm hoping they'll just sink instead of float up. If they're heavy enough, they'll sink. Then that way I don't have a rough bottom. So maybe we'll just fill into there, because that goes up to the edge of his shell. Go up to there, like so. And then we can put like a little back coat of something on the back, just so he's more settled. So we don't have a rough bottom. He's going to be a heavy turtle with all the shells in there. I'm going to give him a little bit of a squishy squish to dislodge any bubbles. I hope there's none in his head and stuff. I'm sure there's lots of bubbles in there. With all those shells, there would have to be. But let's leave it like that. Everything seems to be covered good. Doesn't seem to be rising. It seems to be heavy enough that it's pushing down, staying down, I should say. It's all covered, nothing. And then I'll come back and we will put like a top coat, bottom coat, whatever you want to call it, on there, just to cover up all the shells. So not that people look at the bottom, but you know what I mean. You know how it goes. All right, so I will see you. I don't know if I'll bring you back for just that little bit or if I'll just come back and see you on demold. All right, so our turtle is all cured up. I poured these with the leftover black off of that. I just dusted the mold and then cured them up. They're really cute. These are a brand new mold I just got. So I dusted these with the Let's Resin, the purple and the holographic pink, or not purple, the blue or teal, whatever color it was. I don't have it right here anymore. But those are really cute. So, and then I, with the clear that we put in there, what I had left over, I just tinted it some green and then just put it in here in the small mold just to see. Because these are new molds too. I've never done them before either, but so I wanted to see what they look like. Oh, he's actually really cute. We could do some, bring out his shell a little more and give him some eyes and stuff. He's adorable. It's a tiny little fart. All right, let's see if our shells turned out in our shell. Ha ha ha. All right. Then we could name him Shelly, right? Or her. All right. Let's do this so we can both see it together. Try to demold it like this so I can't see the top either. Oh, goodness gracious. Boink. Our mold back together. All right, here we go. We got a little bubble right there, but that's okay. Oh, actually, that's kind of fun. Got a bubble right there. A little cleanup. Probably should have, that's supposed to be its shell, but might have looked better green like its body. Either I missed a spot right, oh no, we got a deep bubble right there. Ooh, that's a deep one. But anyway, oh, I think he's actually really kind of fun. What do you think? The shells didn't stay exactly right, but you can kind of see the abalone in there. Yeah, fun, fun. Do a little detail on it. Give it a little detail. Even its toes, how I did the toe part a little darker. That looks good. Got a little cleanup. Fix it. Oh, I like him. What do you guys think? Think he looks good? It's fun with all those shells in his back. His shells in the shell. Anyway, all right, guys. So I'm going to ask you a favor. My channel needs to grow. I'm having a little, I know that in the very beginning, the way I did it is I had, I asked people I knew to sign up, and then I realized, or to subscribe to my channel, which I realized that a lot of the people that subscribe to my channel, they're not watching it because they're not interested in that. So I'm having a little problems getting my channel to grow. So if I could just ask a huge favor of you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And then, watch my videos from start to finish. I try to not make them really long and boring. So, and make sure you hit the thumbs up, the like button. That helps everybody's channel a ton. And putting something in the comment section, even if it's just an emoji. And I do try to answer all of my comments back. So if you could just do that for me, especially if you watch these kind of videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave me an emoji or a comment just to let me know. And also let me know what I could do to make my videos better. If I'm not showing you something you want to see, if I'm not telling you something you want to see, or something you want me to try, anything. I am just trying to get my channel to grow. So it's been a while. I've watched some other channels that haven't even been on as long as I have, and they've already passed me by a lot. And I would really like to stay on and keep going with stuff. So please show me some love. Give me some subscribe, likes, comments, and if you like, you can turn on the notifications so you know when I'm uploading. I know I did take a break there for a while, but I'm going to try and get back on it and try and stay up with everything. So if you could just do those few things for me, I would really appreciate it. And to all my people who already have subscribed and watch my videos, love you so much, and I sure appreciate it. And all the ladies that host the Froggy Friday collaboration, Karen at the Dragon's Cave, she helped me a lot. She got me on their community page and lets me do the Froggy Friday collaboration. I sure appreciate all of them. The ladies are so sweet and so nice, and like I said, I appreciate every one of you subscribers and all the people that have helped me. And I guess the only thing I have now to say is embrace your chaos, because chaos is what keeps us around, right? Anyway, I will see you next time, and love you guys, and take care.